Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, AJ Walker. I got my boy E-Maze and my boy Chase Money Charlie.
Yup.
So we are the hosts of Let's Be Clear. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Rona Series. We are almost at the end of quarantine at this point. We have been going through COVID-19 for about almost 90 days, I would say, from start to where we are, like end of March to right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're heading into the 90-day mark. The Georgia governor just did a whole new list of rules and things like that. Basically, we open in Georgia, okay? You don't even there's no limit to how many people can go in the restaurant in your party. You don't have to wear masks. There's a whole list of things.
Well, the employees got to wear masks, though.
Yeah. Only when you're dealing with the customers. You know what I mean? So it's getting really tricky out here. But basically, Georgia governor said, fuck this shit. It's time for us to make money again. So we almost open. But thank you for sticking with us through the Corona, through the Corona series.
Shout out to you. Shout out to them.
Georgia
Shout 100%. Actually, let's go ahead and give it up for everybody that tuned in.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you. We have enjoyed making this great content. I hope you've enjoyed our faces and voices and our opinion and what we have to say. And we're just happy to have you guys. So,
we got light now.
okay, period. Okay, because
shine.
because let there be light, and it was so.
Gotta have a good lighting,
So there's been a lot of cool stuff and interesting and and sad things and frustrating things going on social media. But I think one of the things that have come up recently was a comment that Simone, who is a social media personality. She's also a part of Wildin' Out. She also has written a book, and a comment that she made in an interview with Nick Cannon.
I have an idea, Nick. I have an idea.
Tell me.
So this is what you can do. You can set me up on a blind date with somebody.
Okay.
But they have to know it's me. I don't want them to be like, get to the date and be like, Simone.
I got this, because they do that to me all the time. So, I got the restaurants popping and everything. I'll set it up, have it there, and I'll make sure, I'm going to make sure security is right, so ain't no crazy niggas pulling up on you.
Okay.
Like, I will give you, I'm going to do this. Simone.
So I can't know who the guy is, but the guy has to know he's coming on a date with me.
Yes, of course. Now, now I need to hear the prerequisites. I need to hear what do they have to have?
A
Tall,
little
older. What's the
older?
age?
He can't have a 9 to 5.
What? Why not? You don't want him to have an honest job?
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't
So
like he can't clock in and clock out.
No.
Damn,
I think
Simone.
entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs.
Okay, but still, there's people who have really good jobs with vocational skills. If he's a mechanic,
I'm sure, but no, you're not gonna understand my lifestyle. You're not gonna understand why I'm up at 3 a.m.
Damn, you're making this hard for me. Okay, all right.
He has to be an entrepreneur,
a business owner. He getting one of them stimulus packages from Donald Trump, one of them small business loans, and he ain't buying jewelry with it.
or moving into that direction.
Yeah. All right, I got you. Okay,
She was like basically saying, Nick Cannon, hook me up. You can hook me up with somebody, right? And so Nick Cannon was like, okay, well, what's your criteria? So she's going through her thing, and one of the things that stood out to the world was when she made a comment, oh, but he can't have no 9 to 5. And Nick Cannon was very shocked. He said, what? No 9 to 5? He was like, you don't want somebody that's like legit and hardworking? She went on to say, no, it's not like that. It's just that when I'm up at 3 a.m., he's not going to understand my lifestyle. It's about mentality, right? But we don't really want to get too much on on all of that, because it was talked about enough. But what we do kind of want to talk about is something that she said. She said she doesn't want to date a person who works a regular schmegular 9 to 5. So my thing is this, with her making more money, does her gender role reverse? Does she basically feel like she would then be like the person in charge of the relationship because she's more financially set? She says the comment was based on mentality. She doesn't think a person that works a regular job will understand the entrepreneurial grind. But my thing is, I think that there was still some undertone of financial obligation. She wants to be taken care of.
I'm not going to shoot it down to she wants to be taken care of.
We all want to be taken care of in some way.
I was just going to say,
I'm like, come on, you guys. Come on.
I think also it's somebody that, like, I guess keep up in a sense. But it's like, I heard her say, like, okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Well, What did she say? She said something about like, oh, you want to catch a flight and go out of town this weekend? And I was like, that's not necessarily like how anyone really works. Like,
I mean, some people can just. I don't know that,
but that doesn't mean like he even said like a plumber. Like plumbers make fucking bread,
and so do electricians.
Electricians and plumbers make bread. Like if you're like private or like you run your own shit, like even if you
a
work for a
journeyman,
company,
which is like one of the higher level of electricians, they make over $100,000 a year, so they're not broke. Let's be clear.
So like they can, and that's like not. I guess it's entrepreneurial, but you're using skills and labor skills.
Correct.
You're doing things that like, nigga, I don't ask me to rewire some shit. What? No. No.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here. I'll do other shit, like I can nail a table together, but no.
Not nail a table. Not IKEA, though.
Carpenter.
not IKEA.
I know how to work a nail gun.
But my thing is this. Okay, let's give B Simone some credit, right? She has taken the platform of because listen, she's taken her platform of social media, right? Mm-hmm. And she has been able to flip it in a sense and really profit off it in a sense where she's on TV, right? She wrote a book, right? Manifest Your Life, something. She sells some like type of beauty products, like she sells little t-shirts every now and again. So she's been able to really turn in her social media platform and profit off it. I get that. But my thing is that at the end of the day, she is still looking for a man. And I feel like as women sometimes, not saying that we have to be super traditional. I'm not trying to create that. But at the end of the day, when you make a certain amount of money, I do kind of feel like it does put you at a status where people will feel like she doesn't want certain qualifications from a man. For example, because she makes a lot of money, people feel like, well, she feels like I can't be with somebody that's like regular schmegler because what if I want to take a flight? I need a man that's going to be able to catch the flight or afford the flight or pay for the vacation. She wants that traditional gender role of I still want to be able to be taken. That's why I say be taken care of. I don't mean like she doesn't do shit. I just mean like she wants a man to be with her to match her energy, but to also still be able to provide, not looking at her as a money pit.
I want to say that I understand what she's saying, but she shouldn't have said 9 to 5. She should have said something like she wants someone who can actually support her or support her lifestyle. The 9 to 5 thing, because there's people out here who work a 9 to 5 that make way more money than her.
Correct.
Fuck
you know what I mean?
Correct.
So I get what she's saying, but I just want to say that maybe, I think all women want to be taken care of. You know what I mean?
Right.
And regardless of how much money they make, if she makes a certain amount of money, then she may need somebody. She may feel like she needs somebody who makes more than her.
But my thing is this: let's take it back, right? Let's take it back to traditional days, okay? Back in the day, the men were the breadwinners. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The women didn't make anything. And y'all were expected to provide, protect your family. And the women then stayed home and did whatever, kept up the house, make sure the kids did their homework, whatever. In today's society, women are making just as much as men, if not more. So my thing is, should the men be able to just chill at home? Or does she have the right to say, no, you need to then match my energy?
Wait.
Because then who's at home taking care of the kids? If both parents are out.
Like a kept, like
it doesn't have
stay-at-home dad? Like stay-at-home dad?
First of all, stay-at-home dads are a thing.
No, I'm down to be a stay-at-home dad. No, you're tripping. Like,
okay,
I'm down to be
like,
a stay-at-home dad.
What are we saying right now?
What?
I mean, I'm just saying, again, if both parents are hustling, grinding, and again, I would like to say real quick to what you just said, she definitely shouldn't have said 9 to 5 because let's be very clear. Your CEO, your manager, your GM, the owner, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not clocking in and out or that they're not required or needing to be at their business for a certain amount of time. So the idea of a 9 to 5, that, trust me, there are CEOs or people who work in corporate America that clock in from 8 to 5 that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I don't think she should have said 9 to 5 either. I feel like she took out a lot of people that will probably, you know what I'm saying? But she said it's a mentality. But let's go with a kept husband is as you. I just feel like it's a double standard where it's okay. It doesn't look bad if a woman stays home while the man hustles, but in her instance, she's the hustler. So if she wants another hustler, which is fine, who's at home with the kids?
I don't think it's okay for a woman to stay home either.
You feel like she should work?
I feel like she
What
should
about the
work.
bills then?
You need your own money, but I do feel like as being a man, you should take on more.
Okay,
of the stress, more of the bills, more of everything than your woman should. You know what I'm saying? You got a black queen, bro. You got to take care of your queen, bro.
No, here's the thing. All right, now let me...
Period, poo.
You got to take care of her. You got to love her. You got to support her. You got to do everything. Now, what are you going to do if you got a girl that has a small company? Like, you met her, you were dating, you were making bread. Y'all both hustling, doing your thing. She started doing... some little cosmetic joint. Like, she was selling a couple of lip glosses here to her homegirls. You're like, basically, low key, you're like, I think she's doing Mary Kay, but you're dead ass wrong. She got her own business.
Hey,
you know, hey, Mary Kay ain't nothing wrong.
Huh? Okay.
Right.
No, but here's the thing.
She got shut the big
Okay, so like, but she turns it into something for real. Like, all of a sudden, you're like, wait a second, like, you're shipping out boxes and containers. You're in Target. You're in.
Okay. She made it to Target.
Like, you know, I'm just saying, like, she start building and like, then you're like, you're in Saks, and then she's like, she's got her shit together, like a company. And you have the opportunity to be a kept husband. Why would you not do that? You support her through everything. No, listen, your wife runs a company, and you have a choice now. You and your wife. You can either get a nanny. Wait, as a black man, do you not want to be the father to your children? Do you not want to be in your children's life?
Let me answer the question.
But hold on. I'm laying it all out so you can answer all of it.
All right, go ahead.
So you got all that laid out. You don't want to be a stay-at-home dad? Like a kept husband? Like, yo, I'm down as fuck.
All right, now listen to this. Listen to this. If I do that, and I say you do that 10 years, your wife might get unattracted to you. You're not really doing anything. Maybe your ambition and hustle is what attracted her to you in the first place. Now you lost that, right? Now she ready to move on. Somebody else came in, he getting it back to it. Even if he's not getting more than her, he still got some type of ambition. She see potential in him now.
Okay, no.
Well, let me finish talking. Let me lay it all out for you, brother. Hold on. Listen now. She see potential in him now. It's like, all right, I see potential in son. He look good. He doing this. I come home and Maze is just on the couch again.
You been at home all day.
Taking care of them kids. Okay. Yeah.
No, but
cool.
you doing
hold
stuff.
on. Okay. You could get a nanny to take care of your kids depending on what age they are. If you're comfortable with it, you know, or your family member, you might have a grandmother that, you know, you might move her in, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your kids. Mm-hmm. All that being home, no, can't do it, bro. Because at the end of the day, you lose your wife. You sitting home for 10 years, you ain't got no money in your pocket. That money's still hers. You talking about she got this business and all that, but it's not yours. It's her business, like you said. So when she breaks up with you and she kicks your ass to the curb, you ain't got no bread. Thing is, like, you don't lose. You ain't even got no skills because you ain't even been in the work field in 10 years, brother. But you're done.
Okay, but here's the thing: you ain't got to get lazy. There's a difference between getting lazy and then not you chilling at home. You taking care of the kids. You're able to do the things that you want to do. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to.
All right, go ahead.
I just wanted to chime in real quick while y'all have this thing. The thing is, with your scenario, I need clarification. So you were with me, right? So my partner is with me as I built my company from the ground up.
We were working.
Okay.
Like I was doing my thing.
My thing is this. I don't want my man to necessarily stay home with the kids. I want him to still be involved in the company, and we need to figure out a way to raise our kids together. I don't feel like just because I have a successful business, it then gives me a right to not be the parent and be like, well, you just stay home. I don't care what I end up doing for a living, entrepreneur, restaurant, whatever. I still want to be able to go home to my kids and raise my kids, which is why I feel like it's important for me to get my business up and running before the kids come so that I can choose how I do it. But I don't want my man to stay home. I do agree. What men sometimes miss is the same way y'all can be unattracted to us if we gain a little bit of weight. We look at men and be like, y'all not doing shit? And I'm not talking about going through a rough patch. I'm talking about being a stay-at-home dad is cool. But at the same time, I need to know, what are you doing from home?
That's what I mean.
That's all I
being
want
still
to know.
being
What are we
productive.
doing?
My
Because your scenario, you really didn't say that. So we over here like,
oh, my bad.
I was confused.
My
You
bad,
sounded
my
like
bad.
a couch potato just now.
And you said you laid it all out. So I just want to be clear now.
Okay, my bad.
Let's be clear.
My bad. All right. Hey, for y'all at home, since y'all probably looking like this nigga, I'm like, no, calm down. My thing is, if you have that opportunity,
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll make you feel nice. Don't worry about it. I'll make you feel good.
Well, hello there.
Hello. If you are rich. E.Mays.
Yo, stop.
So
No,
annoying.
okay, my bad. Okay. But my thing is to have the opportunity to be at home. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about it in the wrong aspect of like, you have an opportunity. Like, I wasn't raised, like, I don't like the idea of somebody else raising my kids. So my thing is, if we're doing this, like, if my wife's business has taken off, like, I haven't lost what I want to do. Like, at the basis of my soul, I feel like now I have the opportunity to explore the things that I want to do. She's doing what she wanted to do. She wanted to start this business. She wanted to do that. I feel like as a husband, like, in the perfect situation, I believe, like, if a relationship ends in divorce because of that, that means somebody lost track of what they really were doing. And the thing is, in a marriage, if you want it to last, like, my thing is off rip. Anybody I deal with, I tell them I'm only getting married one time. And then, like, unless I ain't got kids. So I'm going to get that shit knocked out. Like, because I'm like, yo, fam, because I want to make this work. So my thing is, like, keeping on that hustle, like, all right, your wife runs a company. She's, like, literally looking at you like, babe, you work so hard. And I don't want someone else in our house raising our kids. We don't want, like, we're black. Like, having a father in the household is huge.
That's true.
Like, just because of, like, and again, not going back to anything, but it's just
real.
what we deal with. So, and me, I didn't have a father in the household.
But you said kept husband.
Yeah, fuck yeah, kept. I got shit.
But again, a kept husband to me is a person that's not going to be working, that's living off their partner. So my thing is, if you're saying that you're going to stay home and you want to take care of the kids and you're still going to go after your thing, to me that's different. When I think of a kept person, that's a person that you like the people you see on TV that like they don't work, all they do is shop, all they do is spend, and there's no like my thing is, what are you doing from home that can still help bring in income or help support her business?
Okay,
that's my only
you need
thing.
to be starting your own business.
Correct.
Bro. Go ahead, go.
Correct.
Do something,
Okay,
make
my
some
bad.
jewelry,
In my mind,
make something.
Jewelry.
I don't care, bro.
Make bracelets.
Macaroni,
Bro,
frames.
a
You're
black-owned business nowadays is so important. To
It is.
community.
It is.
Like rebuilding, restructuring,
Yes.
like it's
And
very
I think
important,
that
bro.
that's
My bad.
And the thing is, I feel like with B Simone, just real quick,
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I'm trying to figure out what side am I on when it comes to that. She's saying I built my business, and again, she did it on her own, and it's, she has her team, but like without a partner. So she feels like I don't want to have to settle for someone who is still on the come up. She wants to have somebody that's already matched her energy.
Which
I
is
don't feel
fine.
like she's wrong for that. But
Her
at the
word
same
church is
time, I just
wrong.
feel like, so how does that play into her role at the house? Are y'all both just income bringing people and stuff like that? Is because my thing is, this is how I envision it. She's this new millionaire, right? She's a new millionaire, right? She's a new millionaire.
She's a millionaire.
I'm giving her that.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know. Honestly, B Simone, I don't know if you are a baby girl, but we're going to give it to you, baby girl, okay? So she's a new millionaire, right? Let's just say that. She's dating a guy, right? And they live together now. And he's like, well, baby, I still want you to cook. Does she have the right to be like, cook? What? No, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I've been up at 3 a.m.
You
I did
sound
this.
just like her.
That's how she talks.
And that's
you,
very
girl. Love you, girl.
unhumble of someone to not want to cook. You was just cooking 3 months ago.
But again,
If you made that million yesterday,
but what's her
the day before that,
But
was
what's
you
her
cooking?
role in the house? Again, if she's the breadwinner, and again, is that why she's saying I need someone on my level? Because my thing is, if she's making the money, even if her husband or her partner is making the same amount of money, but he's like, well, baby, I still want you to cook. Does she then have the right to be like, well, I'm the breadwinner. I don't want to have to
Maybe
cook. Can you
As
cook?
a woman, if you love a man, would you treat him as a bitch, or if you love a man, do you stroke his ego? I'm sorry.
I think
Is it about
No, it's a
ego?
question.
Is it about
It's
ego?
definitely about ego, because if she feels like she makes more money than him, then she can just treat him like a bitch. That's an ego
That's
problem.
rough.
That's a problem
I
right there.
would never do that. I
don't think
I'm
any
a
woman that
traditional
loves a
kinda
man
girl.
should not do it. Motivate your man to get more money.
Correct.
Money don't stop.
Correct.
So there's always more money. Motivate him
Correct.
to get more. Don't treat him like a bitch.
Say that line one more
Because
time.
then
The money don't
very,
stop,
it don't
baby.
stop. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
You're very unhumble if you do that.
And I think I think that's part of the vibe that she kind of gave off with her comment, even though she tried to go back and clear it up, was it kind of came off like she was too good for a 9-to-5er.
Forgetting
And I
them
just
roots.
feel like, yeah, I'm like, girl, and that's why then people started going in on her, and it's just like, I don't want to go in on her. I really want to understand, kind of where I would fall on that.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to be to an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? And my dude, he is more of a 9-to-5 guy. Like not as far as the status or where he could go, but he's more of like, he likes the desk job, but he's really good. Now he has the potential of taking his skill and turning it into an entrepreneurial situation, starting his own IT business or whatever. But as of right now, he works a desk job and gets paid very well, might I add, but I'm more the entrepreneur. So I'm never going to disrespect him and make him feel anything less because I'm grinding a different way. You know what I'm saying? And I still cook.
I don't think there's nothing wrong
Every
with
day
a desk
almost.
job. There's nothing wrong with that. You just can't get. I don't think there's nothing wrong with any type of way you get money. I mean, unless it's illegal and you risking your life and doing stupid shit. But I mean, any legal way to get money, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Just
Correct.
don't get content. That's the problem. You content with the money you get.
I think
Yeah.
for her, she looked at it as like an entry requirement. Like these are your prereqs. Like her prereq is that, and I think that's also blocking your, in a sense, blocking your potential,
potential blessing. Yeah,
because like when she said, "I need someone that understands me," I was like, "It doesn't matter what y'all do," because
And you said
she
that too, yeah.
She said up at 3 a.m. I'm like, fam, I know entrepreneurs.
I know
that get up at
bartenders
5.
who are up at 3 a.m.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
No, I'm being
Like,
real though. I know bartenders who are up at
Like,
3 a.m.
so it's
I
not
know
like,
bartenders who catch the flight.
I know
Yeah.
strippers who are up at 3 a.m. So does
Come
that
on.
mean he can't be a male stripper? Like that's what I'm saying.
exactly.
Like,
Or
I
you
don't-
know entrepreneurs that wake up at 11 a.m.
Correct.
And they may be up till midnight or something, like they may be able to. I don't feel like you have to be in a certain position, like profession to understand somebody. It's just literally the person of, do you understand me?
Like trying to relate.
Like
correct.
relate, like
Yeah.
relation. That's
Yeah.
where the connection comes from. So I
Yeah.
don't think someone necessarily like you could date a teacher and you want to be a rapper and she loves you and supports you, or
Because she believes in
because
you.
She believes in you and she understands like, hey, this is the things he has to do. If you talk to him, and be like, yo, I have to get up at
But
6 a.m.
could
because I
a
need to do everything.
teacher ever truly? Let's
Yes,
let's get on that for 1 second.
That's different.
Could a teacher ever really truly understand the grind of an up and coming rapper? Ever really truly? Because music is a different grind, and it's studios, it's music videos, it's shows, paid and unpaid. Could they truly ever understand that grind?
I want to say yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because teachers spend a lot of their own money on their kids. That's a grind
true.
right there.
That's true.
You got to grind
Yes.
to get that money to take your kids on a
Yes.
field trip, extra supplies, the stuff that the
School
the
board
districts
won't
is not
give you.
that they're not giving us. So, well, not us. I'm not a teacher, but the teachers. So
Yeah.
everybody got their own grind. I know some teachers probably out there selling crack right now just to get their kids some. Excuse me.
I'm saying something crack for
it's
these
a
books.
grind.
Yeah, and I think that I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. From that, I think From that, I think she's losing the idea of you're not marrying an entrepreneur or you're not dating entrepreneur. You're dating David. You're dating Darius. You're
His
dating
job
Michael.
does not make him.
You're not.
Right.
You're dating. You're dating Earl. You're
Yeah.
dating Terrence.
Yeah.
You're
What
about those
dating
people
Joe.
who
You're
actually-
dating AJ.
Yeah.
You're dating that person. Because I'm not an entrepreneur 24/7. I'm Earl.
But you still have your own hustle and your own grind.
So you
Correct.
need to love the grind in the person.
I can
don't-
get with that. That's
because-
low key some deep shit. I
humble.
like
exactly,
that.
because you love me.
Yeah.
You like.
Yeah.
If I'm in a relationship with you, I love you. Or not,
Yeah.
Not a relationship, but
Yeah, I know
I
what you
care
know.
for you.
Yeah, I know what you mean though.
You could. My thing is like you could start a business and lose it tomorrow, and I will still love you because I loved you. I didn't give a shit about the business, and I
Yeah.
think that's where people when you get richer, of course, feelings change.
Love's not everything though, bro. Also,
Love's not everything.
Love is not
yeah.
enough.
love is
Love-
not enough.
Love is not
everything.
enough.
Love is not enough.
Love is not
Now.
enough.
Because
No, because relationships
I got
are
it.
work. So
No,
Yeah.
no, yeah,
Love-
no,
you can
you're right,
love
you're
the
right.
person,
Yeah, you
but
can love- I'm sorry.
shit.
In reference to my bad. I'm thinking. No,
I got some people I love that I don't
Yeah.
talk to
No.
no more.
I feel like love and
Never did.
understanding. Like you need love and
Are we
shit.
done?
We done.
Oh, shade as fuck.
Are we done? Are we done?
I was
Yeah.
just saying.
I think
yo.
that also I would like to say that one thing that I feel like, because we're all, relationships, dating, we've dated people. One thing that I feel like people get confused is that sometimes in a relationship, especially when you're starting a new venture, it doesn't even have to be a business. What if it's a new hobby or whatever, trying to, going back to school, is that a lot of times what your partner needs is just support. Just like, baby, I got you. Like, I'm in school right now. Joe will sit right there on that couch with me while I do homework. If I have a question, he'll answer. If you know what I'm saying? Like, there have been times where I like was in school and he was just like, oh, I looked up the research because I was like, I got off work late and it's due tonight. So I just need support from him. I don't need him.
Can I just say this man is a good
Yeah,
man.
He's
Joe, come put yourself in the camera. Joe. Come on, Joe.
Yeah, just show your face.
No, I'm not even being funny. I'm not trying to. This is Joe right here, y'all. Big spin. Yo, he's really a good man. This man is.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
if there's a
good to
post
this
like, get a
lady right
man
here, for
like
real.
Joe, like, that's Joe.
That would be Joe. That would
Get
be
your
Joe.
man like Joe.
Yeah.
And his support means anything. I mean, everything to me. So it doesn't matter if, for me, it doesn't matter what his financial status is. If as long as he continues to support me and we support each other and we both are pushing each other, I get on his damn nerves because I'm constantly
Facts.
like, I don't think that was needed. I don't think that was needed. That's okay though.
Had
You
to
know what I
throw that
mean?
in
Yes,
there.
it was.
But I get on his nerves because I'm constantly pushing him to be greater and to the next level. But at the end of the night, he always be like, nah, babe, I appreciate it. Because he knows that I love him, I care about him, and it's always for his betterment. So it's like, he treats me like a queen, I treat him like a king, and that's what we doing.
That's the best thing you ever do.
That's what we doing. And speaking
Treat your girl like a
of
queen.
queens, I would just like to take a quick little brief moment to let you guys know that this episode is sponsored by Divine Queen Jewelry, okay? If you guys notice these beautiful earrings that I have right here that say Black Queen, I bought those from Divine Queen Jewelry, and the owner, her name is Nicole, and she has a lot of custom-made jewelry that she's selling. It's a Black-owned business. It's a small business. It's a new business. If you're interested in jewelry like this or anything else, make sure you guys go onto her Instagram or onto her website at Divine Queen with a K. So that's going to be Divine KWEEN Jewelry, and go and check it out. Prices are super reasonable, and I mean, why not? So yes, so why? But yeah, so I mean, for me, again, that's what I need. For us, our gender roles and financial statuses is not determined by that. You know what I mean? I like to cook regardless, and he like to eat, so we good. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect match.
But when I met him, he was not somebody that cooked. But now that I be in the kitchen, I'm like, oh, come in the kitchen. Now he'll help me. I call him like my sous chef. He'll help me prep the stuff, and we do it together. And so now it becomes like a bonding thing. But I don't feel obligations of cooking and cleaning. I do it because this is my house. This is where I live. And I feel like that's just what I should do. But it doesn't matter if I make less money than him or if he makes less money than me. That part doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. What about you? What about you and your girl?
What do you mean, like?
Because you said something earlier about you feel like no matter what, you feel like you should be paying more.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, but my thing is, do you then expect her to do more around the house?
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
and that's
I'm
okay.
not
I
even
mean,
gonna say
yeah,
lie.
I mean, that's okay.
I feel like I would always take on more of the responsibility of like the household bills or just any bills. Period.
Yeah.
Even if it's her car, no, like
Yeah.
I'll pay it.
Yeah.
But it's not in return. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I was raised.
I mean,
I just
and
feel like.
I mean, if you're freezing me saying, if I've been at work all day, if you could at least just help keep the house clean.
Yeah, but then
Like-
it's vice versa also, because it's like if she's at work all day and I'm not at work, then I'll
day
clean
to
and I'll
day.
cook.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
day to
it's
day.
day to day.
Yeah.
Like, let's say day to day. It's
I-
not like
I
I'm
feel
just
like that's more fair than anything,
Yeah,
right?
just be
Very
fair.
fair.
Yeah.
Just be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
or it's
said
like
this-
I
I
cook
said this
today,
before.
you cook tomorrow, and then I cook the day after that, or we just don't cook the day after that, and we just go out to eat.
Yeah.
Or what we do is like if she's supposed to cook today and she doesn't feel like cooking, then she has to buy food. It's one or the other, and it's the same thing with me. So if
I feel
if
like
it's
we do
my
that a
go,
lot,
then I'm
too.
like,
Then it's
I
your
feel like
responsibility.
I have to buy the food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your responsibility
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make. So yeah, whatever you.
And I
shit,
think that
whatever.
maybe we can take that as a lesson learned. I don't think it has anything to do necessarily with money or not money or, if we're in the same profession or field. I think it should just be fair. Now, in my opinion, relationships are not always going to be 50-50. They should be 100-100, but there are going to be times where one person is not, going through some shit and you may have to pick up the slack. But if every day, right, I think we can maybe end it on this. If every day you and your partner do what it takes to put the effort in to keep it as fair as possible so that no one person feels stressed, I feel like that's a very big thing to keep it long, to have longevity. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I think that's a good thing you said.
I also want to say before we end this,
Yeah.
also understanding. Understanding is, you got to understand your partner. You got to know
Yes.
who your partner
Motherfucking
is
key.
and be
Yes.
able to accept who they are as a person if you feel like you want to be with them. You know what I mean?
Understanding
Get
and
through that, you good.
patience and forgiveness. I think that's also major keys because guess what? We two individual people and we gonna fuck up. Like you said, you may think you coming home to a meal today and I couldn't do it. Like, can you be understanding and can you forgive me and can we just figure out the next step? I may feel like, damn, did you forget to pay that? You gotta be understanding and forgiving and have patience and like you said, really work with your partner so that you guys can be to a more successful place. But I don't think it should be dependent on if he has a 9 to 5 or if she has a 9 to 5 or if she's cooking every day. It's what works for you and your partner, but also what's fair. I feel like that's fair to say.
Fair, understanding.
Yeah.
Like I said, it doesn't matter about the job. It matters if you love that person.
Yeah,
You'll
you
figure
drop
it
some
out.
gems on that. Yeah, you gotta for once.
Pick them gyms up.
For once.
Pick
what?
them gyms up.
For once.
Yeah.
For once.
Hey, Minecraft them shits. Minecraft them shits.
For once, you have some gems
I'm
to drop.
saying, yes.
Because that's important. At the end of the day,
You gotta
it's,
love
yeah.
the person. Like
Yeah.
like you'll meet people that are like, yo, there's like realize that there's people in this world
Yeah.
that are garbage men. And they're listen,
No,
really
for
think
real.
about it.
No, for real.
And they are
But they make
married
money
and they
too.
are happy.
And not only that, but
And they have
garbage
a
people make good money
family.
in
Yeah,
California.
and they make them.
They
I
do.
mean, hell
And
yeah,
in
you
New
make,
York too.
Yeah, I'm like, they
actually.
do.
They make more than motherfucking teachers.
And if you're a felon, you can be a garbage man.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
makes some bread for real.
You come out, psh, fuck that PO. You paying that shit easy.
I don't know about that. But
Yeah, no, but fuck the PO still. It's always fuck the PO.
But yeah, I mean, I do think that again, I think that that's a very important thing. It is about your partner. It's about loving them and getting to know them and understanding them. And if you're an entrepreneur and you really feel like your lifestyle is just so crazy, I don't think her lifestyle's so crazy. Now, if Diddy wanted to say that, sure. If Jay-Z wanted to say that and he wasn't married to B, sure, because these are people that are multi-millionaire of multiple different companies. I can understand that.
Not
She's
only
still
that,
building, you know what I mean?
A-list celebrities, so they live a different life.
Correct.
Yeah.
She's still building. So I do feel like there needs to be a level of humility, when it comes to that. I also would like to say, just real quick, that for people like her that feel like, oh, well, I have a certain amount of followers or, oh, I'm making, a certain amount of money or whatever the case might be, just remember that when this social media shit is dying out or when it's a new something, then what, honey? So let's just keep it cute.
Yeah, because the 9 to 5ers gave you your
Again,
love,
there could possibly be a balance. Again, if you're the hustler of the relationship and you got all these gigs, you got the t-shirt and your lip gloss and your this and that, you may want somebody with stability, somebody that has benefits. And okay. Somebody that got benefits, somebody that got a 401k, somebody that has a check coming in on a regular basis. So when your lip gloss ain't popping no more, they still got you. But y'all got two entrepreneurs and both your t-shirt businesses is not doing well. Then what? You know what I'm saying? So let's not get caught up in entrepreneur and let's think about the person.
Yes.
And let's think about understanding them and think about the longevity and how y'all can complement each other.
Don't block your blessings.
That's it.
Don't block it.
That's it.
Oh, I thought, okay.
Go ahead.
You guys want a wild take? We can end the show on my wild take.
Let's do it.
All right. If you
Scared.
I'm
scared.
I'm so glad you are. You should be.
I am. I'm always scared.
Wild
Okay,
take
go.
Email's wild take of the day.
Okay.
The minute you think you can't find love, just remember, there are married porn stars.
That was a Jim.
From emails. You're welcome. Remember, there's always somebody for somebody. The minute you think I'll never find somebody, just remember, someone that has sex on camera has a husband at home, and he knows,
Wow. That is good.
or she knows.
And the
or
stripper.
You guys, sometimes I just have to let him do it because I don't have
welcome.
anything else. Thank you guys for tuning
put that
into
on a
this
t-shirt. Merch for the
episode.
shirt.
I encourage you guys, I implore, okay, SAT word, you guys to go and talk to your partners and figure out what is truly the long-term goal of y'all relationship and what would the gender roles look like, 5 years down the line. I think that the corona during this quarantine, we've all spent a lot more time with our partners. And so we should be
helped a
having
lot.
these types of conversations. Be Simone, we love you girls. No disrespect, all love over here. But don't block your blessings, sis. You never know what, somebody could do or could add to you. So thank you, Divine Queen Jewelry, for sponsoring this episode. Thank you to my boy E Mays and my boy Chase Money Charlie. If you haven't already followed us on Instagram or Twitter, make sure you go online. Make sure you, which way are we going? Make sure
yeah,
you.
it's right.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's gonna be right
no.
here. It's gonna be right
Is
here.
it right? Is it right?
Wait. No.
Okay.
Let's start all over. Go.
Okay. E-Maze.
Snap, crackle,
E-Maze
pop.
3.
Chase Money dot Charlie.
Yes. And also, if you guys aren't aware, I mean, you guys aren't looking at us for no reason. We are on YouTube. We have subscribers, we have some views, and we have lots of good content and episodes. So make sure you also go onto YouTube and type in the search engine and click on the post notifications and make sure you subscribe so that you can keep up with all our episodes. Okay. We want to hear from you. Please let us know in the comments on Instagram and on YouTube. What do you think about all this? Do you feel like money equals power? Do you feel like cooking is included? Tell us what you think, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time. AJ, and I'm in the house. AJ all in your mouth. On the microphone, you see. Just LBC. Podcast. Pop.